MAXEasy 2.0 Triphene. This stuff is awesome. This is the new version 2.0. It's actually 2.0B. We just didn't put the B on it. This one, if you hold it up to the light, it has more of a blue hue to it. The 2.0 had a yellowish hue. So this has been upgraded. It's easier. So let me demo this, because a lot of people use too much MAXEasy. So I'm going to show you how not to do that. The key to a lot of using spray products like this, you don't want to pull the trigger all the way like that. That's dumping a lot of product, because one pull of this spray trigger is 1 milliliter, okay? If you look on the bottle, see if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that. It's 20 ounces, but that is 591 milliliters, okay? So this is 591 milliliters. One pull, complete pull of the spray trigger is about 1 milliliter. So if you use the entire bottle on your car, that means you sprayed your car 591 times. That is too much. You don't want to do that much. So you want to do 1 to 4 sprays. Error on the side of 1. 4 is starting to get to be too many, because this stuff spreads like crazy. So what you want to do is, instead of doing these full trigger pulls, do little half ones. You know, like if you're in the wind, you'll just do a little pumps. See that? I'm gonna waste product here, but instead of doing that, you just do this. See that? You're like using very little. Where that, you're using 1 milliliter. So you do these little ones. So that's how, and I'm getting this everywhere. So that's how you can do it in the wind. Get close. Because if you do it too close in the wind and like that, well, see, you just did 1 milliliter right there and you hadn't even finished. So if it's not windy, you can just do like that and like that. 3, 4. And that's plenty, because this will spread. This will spread, that will spread. Because when you rinse, you're going to rinse upward, right? So you're going to rinse up, and it's going to spread it everywhere before you rinse it off. So, but if it's windy, right, you're having to get too close. So you're better off just pumping. Do little bitty, like barely pull it. Just barely pull it. Sometimes you can Zorro it, you know. Now I have way too much on here. I'm gonna show you what happens when you do too much. So if you spray too much, see, most people try to do this. They try to cover every square inch, and that's a no-no. You don't, that's using too much product. See, this is too much. This is way too much product. Now this only needs about 30 seconds to bond or start activating. And when you rinse it around, it's going to be in activation mode. All right, so this is on here. Normally what you'll do is continue around the car. Go all the way around it. Don't do as much as I just did. Just do the little, you know, 1 to 4 per panel. A panel is anywhere you see seams. That's one panel. One panel, right? The roof is a panel. A door's a panel. Another door's a panel. The hood's a panel. The trunk's a panel. So 1 to 4 per panel. And then by the time you make it around the car and get back to where you started, this is ready to rinse immediately. Don't wait. Like I'm waiting talking, this is going to cause a problem because I'm talking too much. So, and I'll show you what happens. Let's rinse this. See how it's activated, so you'll see this sudsing. See that? See where it's sudsing everywhere? Okay, so it's sudsing. And you want to keep rinsing. Now I hadn't done the roof, so I don't want to do the rest of the car yet. Okay, so we spread that all around, and now it's being rinsed off. Okay, so now we're rinsing it off. And you want to rinse thoroughly, right? That's not enough. You want to keep going because I put too much product. Okay, I want to make sure I rinse because I put too much product, so I got to make sure I rinse it, right? Now this is the initial hydrophobicity, which is only the beginning. This improves drastically over the next 2 days. So especially in sunlight, the sun will activate and bond this even harder. So the performance increases. So these beads will get crazy after 2 days. So you can't judge it right out of the gate. I mean, it's pretty impressive as is because it's immediate. But this ain't nothing compared to what it's about to do. Okay, so I rinsed thoroughly. Now what's gonna happen when I dry this, there's gonna be streaking because I put too much product. So if you put too much product, what happens is, it's a lot like if you ever use lotion on your skin. What happens is if you put too much sunscreen or lotion or whatever you're putting on, once it's covered all the areas, it has nowhere else to go, right? So it starts piling up and it starts looking like white spots, you know, where it's all piling up. That's what coatings will do. So if you use too much, once it's bonded everywhere, there's nowhere else for the excess to bond because it's already got coating that hasn't fully cured yet there. So it won't bond to that because it's not hard enough for it to grab and lock on and cross link. So what happens, it just kind of just clumps up on top of itself, so you have to wipe it off. And you do that with a drying towel. So let me grab a drying towel. All right, so now we got our drying towel. Let's get to drying. And you can see, look at this, you can see already, let me get the camera. See that? That's from too much product. So what you do is you smooth that out with the towel, right? You got too much product on it. So you want to smooth all that out. See how the windows are? It's got too much product. You got to get all that off, every bit of it. So you wipe it all off. You use your towel. It'll come off, especially the more damp the towel is, the better. So the trick to that is you want a damp towel. Now there's water on the there's stains on the inside of this window because I hadn't cleaned the inside. But see how that's got that on it right there? You got to get that off. That's too much product. Well, it's hard to do this one-handed with holding the camera. Okay, so you got to get all that off and smooth it out because I used too much. Right? Too much product causes problems. Okay, so let me put the camera back. Now that you saw that, now I got both hands. Okay. Now that's why you don't want to use much, so you don't have to do all this extra wiping because you're trying to get all the excess off of it. Okay. So you got to really look to make sure you got it, because what'll happen, it'll turn like white hazy looking after it cures, and then you got to get it off. So anyway, it comes off. You want to do it while it's wet though. You don't want to screw around. Just remember, less is more with MAXEasy. Okay, so we finished this side of the car, and I showed you how if you use too much, you have to, wipe it off. So the right way to do it, I'm gonna re-wet this and show you the right way to do it on this door. So let me go ahead and do that. And so we'll wet this side. Okay, so let's say you just washed the car. All right, and you want to apply MAXEasy. So what you do is, I talked about the trigger. You can set it to the spray pattern. There's a stream pattern also, but it just shoots a straight stream. That's good for hitting house windows and stuff, or I don't know, just different scenarios, but just put it on the spray pattern. Okay, and then you don't need much. Don't spray every square inch. there's two ways you can do this. You can do an X and do the whole door, or you can do just a couple of lines and that's it. Okay, so you do the X pattern. So you would do this and then you would do this. And that's all you need. And then you just rinse it. And what I like to do, well, I'll just do it on the shower one. So, okay. And then you just rinse it around. Just like that. Okay, and that's it. It's on there. So now we just take a drying towel. I'll get another drying towel. The soft sorb, I'll just get another one. And then you just dry this really quick. You know what? I didn't put any on the mirror. That's a good example. I missed the mirror. So what you can do is just, remember, don't do the full trigger spray. Just spritz a little and then just a little bit. You don't need much. Okay, so that's it. I hit the spot I missed. And then we just dry it. So we're done with that side. So you don't need much MAXEasy. Less is more. It's better to err on the side of not enough, because you can always go back and spray just like I did on that mirror I forgot. And there are no streaks or anything because it didn't have excess product on the surface. Making sure I didn't miss any spots. Okay, so that's it. No streaks. The window's clear. There's no oiliness or anything. So that's the right way to do it. So come in and show it. All right, so that's pretty much it. So the key to it is don't use too much, like we demonstrated. If you do, you gotta really rinse it. Use your damp towel to wipe it all off. You may have to get a few towels to get the excess off. So don't use too much. Only do 1 to 2 sprays per panel, like we talked about. You know, doors a panel, fenders a panel, each panel 1 to 2 sprays. So you could like do these 2 doors, rinse them, and then keep moving, you know, so you can do it really quick. And I like doing the X pattern. Some people like to do the plus pattern, you know, like they're blessing it, you know, or something, but you can do an X or a plus, whatever's easy. If you do lines, you tend to use too much, so I would stick to like something simple. And that's really it. So with MAXEasy and this drying towel, the soft sorb towel, you can do the entire car very fast with very high-end results, and you will love it. It makes it a lot easier, and this coating will last months, if not a year, depending on how much it's exposed to the elements. So.